Namaste and welcome. Hey guys, it's another time of gentle stretch and breathe yoga. You found Yoga with Lisa SXM. We try and keep it super gentle here on my Facebook page. It's ideal for those who are way out of shape but hoping to make a little progress, give themselves time to develop some flexibility and some endurance and strength and stamina. So this is for you if that sounds like you, or especially if you're an older person and you just want everything to keep moving and keep that fluid ability to have a flexible frame without aches and pains. This is dedicated to you. Every single Tuesday and Thursday I come to you live from St. Martin in the Caribbean. And we are today listening to one of my favorite YouTube channels, which is, I don't know if you can see it, Relax Daily. And he plays his piano actually while he's recording. It's not just a recording, he's playing. So I feel really connected to that particular set of music that's wonderful. You can find him on YouTube, Relax Daily. All right, well, I'm super grateful that you tuned in today. So let's get started. Get on that yoga mat. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. If you don't like to cross your legs, it's fine. You can always modify anything that I suggest to make it correct for you. Remember, you know what's going on. Hey, Mario, nice to have you with us. So you know what's going on with your body, and you need to respect its limits. If this isn't the right seated position for you, modify it. If anything that I do just feels awkward or painful, difficult, modify it. Or just rest and wait, and I'll catch up with you on the other side. Okay, having said that, we're going to have a nice, beautifully straight back, but not too stiff, relaxed, supported from the place where you're seated, and lifting up through the spine, as if your head wants to float up into the air like a hot air balloon. At the same time, relax your shoulders. And it looks like Jane has tuned in. Namaste, Jane. Thank you so much for staying with me through all these weeks, months, even years now. It's lovely. Let's take a moment to be still. Find our true selves. Close the eyes. Breathe deep. Try to quiet that egoic mind, always talking, always complaining, always finding things that are right or wrong with the world around us. No, let that go. Let's just be. And if you feel anything, let that feeling be gratitude for this opportunity to take care of yourself, gratitude for your many blessings, your family, your friends, your home, your health, your life. Beautiful. Let's put the hands on the knees, or if you're in a chair, you can grab onto the armrests, wherever your hands can grip something. Push the chest forward and look up. Breathe in. Round the back, drop the head, look down, exhale. This is our camel ride. Slow and very much connected to your breath. Breathing in and out. Just arch and sway. Looking up and looking down. Keeping those hands right where they are, come back to the center, and let's look around the left shoulder, and then face forward, take a breath in, look around the right shoulder, face forward, take a breath in, exhale, gentle twist around, looking over one shoulder, inhale, look forward, exhale, gentle twist around, look around the other shoulder, and then when you feel strong and fluid and you're ready to move, let the breath come and go as it will, and look left and right with a little bit of pressure on the knees. Not too much. You're not trying to really turn your body around. Just a little bit of a wakening up the spine. Allowing the neck to move. Allowing the shoulders to shift. Nice. Face forward. Let's bring those fingertips to the shoulders and circle the elbows up, back, down, and forward. Breathe in and out. Go the other way, up, forward, down, and back. Awesome. Reach those arms up, stretch tall, and pull some apples out of an imaginary tree over your head. Reach up, pull it down. Reach up, pull it down. You can look up if you want, or you can look forward. Breathe. All right, both hands reach up. Just let them float up. Big stretch up, breathe in, and let the hands come behind your head and a little bit wide, and then down. Reach it forward, up, widen out back there, and come on down. One more time, reach it forward and up, go wide, and drop back behind your head, bring it down. Nice. Grab an opposite elbow and shift it across the front of your chest. Right elbow to left shoulder. And then grab the other elbow and bring it to the opposite shoulder in front of the chest. Beautiful. Stretch your arms out from your shoulders and begin to move through the arms and fingers and shoulders. An undulating arm wave, kind of like a snake on a sand dune, undulating across that sand dune through the fingertips, moving the fingertips, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. Let that elbow really move up. Elbow up. Breathe in. All right, let's take the left hand to the floor and come on over to a side stretch. And you should feel this in your hip area all the way to your fingertips, especially through the armpit and the side ribs. When you're ready, come on up and let's go back to undulating arms. Breathe. All right, let's tip over the other way. Nice, beautiful side stretch with lots of good breath. Float both arms straight up. Big reach up. Breathe in. Reach higher, reach higher, reach higher. Bring those shoulders way up by your ears. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring the hands to a prayer pose and slowly sink them all the way down to your heart. Close the eyes, bow the head. Take those prayer hands away from the heart, push them out into the air in front of your chest, and then begin to move your hands through a figure 8 or an infinity. And really push the wrists back gently so you feel a full movement through the wrist. Keep breathing. Change direction, go the other way. You might find that a little challenging if you haven't done it before, but guess what? It's really good to challenge your brain to do things a little bit differently than you always do them. Whatever that movement is, I know you normally wouldn't be doing figure 8 hands, but even when you haven't done them very much, you probably have a dominant way that you always would move the hands. So reversing it keeps building new connections. Brain wiring, keeping that fresh young brain. Let's stretch those legs out. And I'm going to turn sideways and push the camera back just a minute here so you can get a better view of what's going on. Stretching out the legs, you may want to pull the flesh away from your sitting bones and try to sit super tall so your back is lovely and straight, and then flex your ankles. We're just going to take a minute to feel the tissue at the back of the knees. Try and get your legs straight if you can. I know some of you probably feel like you have to have your knees bent in one way or another, and that's okay. If you have a pillow handy, you could support those knees with a pillow so that you don't have them physically held up in the air. Yeah? But think about the soft tissue behind the knee and then reaching down into the back of the calf muscles. This is the heart of your lymphatic system. Give it some love. Let's just stroke up and down the legs from hips to ankles, either on the top, perhaps on the side, or even reach those fingers back behind, reaching up and down. Right, take those beautiful strong hands and let's go to the left leg and really give a nice massage to the calf muscle down towards the ankle and the Achilles tendon, all the way back up towards the knee, around the knee. Manipulate your kneecap a little bit, let it have some movement up into the thigh and the hip. Nice, let's go to the other leg, starting at the ankle. The Achilles tendon, the calf muscle, knee, all sides of the knee, front, back, sides, and manipulate that kneecap a little bit, let it move around. Keep breathing, send air, healing oxygen and fresh air into the body, into the tissues you're working with, or whatever place is asking for a little bit of attention, a little bit of soothing comfort. Up towards the thigh, up towards the hip. And then we're just going to take the body into a forward fold, hands reaching towards the toes, drop the head, coming up, lift the body, exhale down, inhale up, and as we go through 3 more forward fold reaches, let your feet slowly begin to flop outward. Your knees can bend slightly. You can move your legs a little farther apart. If you want to, we're going to stay down for 5 long, slow, deep breaths and just allow the body to be heavier and softer and more released. Caterpillar pose. Wonderful for decompressing the spine. Drop that head. Let the head be super heavy. Don't resist gravity. Let it go down without any muscle work happening. Allow the skeleton to release. Beautiful. Slide your body back up and then hips come down to the heels and just take a moment to lie back. You can bring your feet right up next to your hips. Knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Arms can go wherever feels comfortable. I love the surrender pose where the elbows are straight out from the shoulders and then the hands are palm up, reaching fingertips up towards the top of the yoga mat. We're going to drop both knees to the left here. And take a moment to release your tailbone, release your hips. Stay with your body. Notice any sensations you feel. Make any adjustments that would make it even more healing, more comfortable, even luxurious. Release everything. Sink down into the floor. Keep breathing. take that back arm and move it in a big slow circle. Breathing in as you reach up. Breathing out as you reach down. Let your shoulder move through its entire range of motion. Very much connected to your breathing cycle. Bring it to the floor and just return to relaxing. When you're ready, bring the knees up and take them all the way to the right, to the other side. Release your hips, release your lower back. Remember, this is your yoga, it's for you. This is your time to take care of yourself. You're not trying to compete with me. You're not trying to keep up with me. You're taking care of yourself. I'm here for you. I'm just giving you some suggestions, but I really, really want you to listen to your own body, your own nature, your own self. And I'm just here to facilitate the space, give you space to do that job with a little bit of suggestions, a little bit of light music. Let's go. Release, relax, sink down into the floor. No resisting gravity. Imagine you're just melting down. When you're ready, roll on your back and bring your knees all the way up to your chest. Grab onto those knees and gently hug them into your chest. And then let them drift away and release. Take a nice breath in. And then hug them into your chest again. Exhale. Release. Squeeze them in. Release away. Breathe in. Squeeze them in. Exhale. One more time. Release. And let's really squeeze those knees in towards the chest or the armpits or the shoulders. Squeeze hard with strong arms and hands, pulling the knees in. Release your lower back. Let your knees go a little bit wide if they want to. Don't go too far. Don't overstretch the inner thighs. So tender and delicate. Nice. Bring the knees together and let's reach the arms straight up for the ceiling and then extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Circle your ankles. Circle your wrists. Keep breathing. Keep circling those ankles and wrists. Flex the ankles and wrists. Imagine you're holding something on your hands and feet like trays of cocktails. You know, like those big waitress trays that you see in restaurants full of pina coladas and espresso martinis and mojitos. Don't spill your drinks. We're going to bring it down and push it back up. Don't spill the drinks. Bring it down, press it back up. Let's go 10 more times. Down and up. That's 10. Don't spill the drinks. 9. And push it up. Bring it down. 8. Push it up. 7. Bring it down. Don't spill those drinks. 6. And down. And up. 5. Coming down. Push it up. 4. Down and up. 3. All the way down, all the way back up, 2, last one down, and up. All right, no more trays on the hands and feet. Let your arms and legs just move as if you're walking on the ceiling like a puppy dog. Just a little arc movement. All right, bring them down and see if you can almost throw your hands and feet up towards the ceiling. Bring them down and toss them up. Bring them down and up, down and up. Nice shaking of the tissues in your arms and legs. Bring them up, down, pick it up, and one more time, up. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Scrunch your fingers together like a fist, and scrunch your toes together as if you're trying to make a fist with your feet. So the tips of your toes are pointing back towards your heels. Squish together and breathe in. And then expand out as wide as you can. Spread your fingers and your toes as you exhale. Sort of like fireworks exploding. Scrunch it up, breathe in. And expand out. This is really great for bringing circulation to your most extreme places, your fingertips and your toe tips. So keep squeezing in, breathe in, and exploding out, exhale. Let's do 3 more. Squeeze it in, explode out. Bring those arms and legs down. Stretch the body out on the floor. Take a moment to be as long and tall as you can on the floor. Point your toes. Reach your hands overhead. Feel free to yawn or sigh, however you like. And then bring the hands down and just let your fingertips rest. One hand's fingertips can rest on your heart or near your heart or sternum, and your other hand's fingertips somewhere down by your belly button. Let your feet flop outward. Now let's do some nice deep yogic breathing. Breathe in and expand your rib cage. Feel the rib cage move under your hand. Then bring the diaphragm outward, expanding it, and feel that movement under your hands. And then your lower belly, bring that up and out. Fill the whole body with air. Expel the air from the body. Exhale, belly in, diaphragm in, chest in. Feel the contraction. So 3-part breath. Breathing in, chest, diaphragm, belly. And then exhale, belly, diaphragm, chest. I'm going to be quiet and just let us breathe and feel the movement with our hands. Release your breath and just let it go back to a natural rhythm. And just keep your hands right there observing whatever happens with the torso, the belly, the rib cage, the lungs. Take a moment for gratitude, your wonderful breath. I was just reading about breathing from Alan Watts, a famous philosopher from the 60s, saying that when you breathe in, you're bringing the outside world into your inside world. When you breathe out, you're taking your inside world and releasing it to the outside world. Such a nice image. And then he went on to say that if you continue to meditate and breathe deep, you realize the inside world and the outside world are the same world, and you are one with the universe. Really, really powerful stuff. All right, let's take the hands to the floor for a little support. Put the palms down. Bring the right knee up. Thanks for that heart, whoever sent that. Bring the right knee up, bend it, and circle it around. Connect that movement with your breathing. Breathing in and out. Change direction, let's go around the other way. If you feel any discomfort in your hip, you don't have to do this, or you can certainly modify it to be some other shape rather than circle. Maybe you just want to do it up and down, or left and right, or some weird shape that I can't even imagine what it might be. That's okay. Sure. Works. Whatever your body asks for, today we're going to say yes. Trust that it's wise, the wisdom of your body, the wisdom of your own inner yoga teacher telling you what's good. Beautiful. Let's hug that knee into the chest. Both hands just wrap around the knee or the shin. And move the knee left and right across the front of the body and out to the side a little bit. Beautiful, wonderful. Let's take that leg up to the ceiling. And if you want, you can interlock your fingers behind your knee, or you can use a strap to hook onto your foot, a strap or a belt or any kind of fabric that's long enough to reach. And we're just going to begin to slowly move the leg from your comfort zone closer to the body, closer to the face, closer to the chest, and back to your comfort zone. You can just move an inch or two to start with, and then slowly begin to see how flexible the leg wants to be. Whatever range of motion you have for that leg, go ahead and keep working with it. Stretch and breathe, folks. That's what it's all about here at Yoga with Lisa SXM. Stretch, feel the stretch, and breathe into the tissues that feel the sensation the strongest. When you feel like you're ready, hold the leg close to the edge of your range of motion. We're going to have a static stretch for 30 seconds. I'll watch the clock. You just keep breathing and feeling the leg stretch slowly, giving the leg time to find that length in the back, in the hamstring muscle, from the hip all the way to the back of the knee. Opening, creating space. Breathe deep. Allow the leg time to find its flexibility. Alright, if you feel like you've got a little more flexibility now, let's go back to our range of motion stretch. Go back to your comfort zone and come through to the edge of your range of motion. Gentle, no forcing anything. Soft. Appreciative of this beautiful body that you have, your leg, your hip, your back, your arms. No criticism, no judgment, no critique, no comparing or competing with anybody else, not even yourself at a younger age. That's my challenge. Keep breathing. And we're going to let that leg come on down to the floor. All right, when you're ready, put those hands on the floor for some support. Bend the other leg. For me, it's the left knee now, and we're circling it around. Stretch and breathe. If it's not a circle for you, that's okay. Do whatever you can. I know you can breathe and move somewhere, in some way. Reach it around. Breathe deep. Find a range of motion. Changing direction whenever you want, whenever you feel like you want to. Try the other way around we go. Nice. Bring that knee in. Give it a gentle hug. Wrap the arms around the knee or the shin and move the leg out to the side and across the front of the body. Left and right. Opening and closing the hip. Keep breathing. Stretch the leg up, interlock your fingers behind the knee or use your strap. Gently begin to find your range of motion. Be very, very patient. Listen to the body with love. Whatever it has to say, respect it. Honor it. It's trying to help you. Our goal here is to have less aches and pains, more flexibility, more strength and endurance, more freedom of movement, youthful vigor, graceful body movement, confidence, strength within the frame of what's realistic for each person. All right, maybe you found your nice full range of motion and you notice the edge of your range of motion. Remember, you're working with your breath as much as you're working with your leg. Inhale as the leg is away from the body. Exhale as it comes close to the chest. All right, hold the leg close to the edge of your range of motion. 30-second static stretch. Keep breathing. Allow the leg time to find its range of motion, to find its flexibility, creating space, opening the tissues, opening the joints. Awesome. All right, let's see if we can return to our range of motion and our breath. Asking the leg to have a wider range of motion maybe, or just returning to the same one you had before with appreciation. Nice. Let's let that leg find the floor. Take it all the way down. And reach the arms up overhead, stretch the body long. Big breath in, expand the rib cage as big as it'll go. Ooh, feel free to yawn or sigh. This is your time. Beautiful. Put those feet on the floor close to the hips and hands to the floor right next to the hips. Palms down on the floor, fingers pointing towards your feet. Lift the hips up into the air, bring them down. Lift them up, squeeze the hips in, lift the hips up, bring it down. Lift them up and breathe in, left and right. Float the hips left and right. Coming to the center, squeeze it up. Now, if you want, you could try and walk your shoulders together under your upper back, squeezing those shoulder blades in, and then grip your fingers together under your tailbone, interlocking the fingers. If you do that, you'll find you can lift the hips up a little higher because you're up on your arms now instead of your upper back. Squeeze it up, squeeze it up, squeeze it up higher. All right, nice tall bridge. Let's breathe deeply in through the nose, blowing out through the lips. Three more big breaths in through the nose, blowing out through the lips. Release the hands, reach straight up from the shoulders. Roll your back down on the floor, starting in the upper back, middle back, waist, and hips. And return to your left side, knees pointing left, arms up in surrender pose. Tailbone released, hips released, legs released, shoulders released, neck released. Take that back leg, the top leg, for me it's the right leg, bring it across and hook the heel underneath the other knee, the lower knee, the left knee, the grounded knee. And just allow the body to sink down in this new version of a reclined spinal twist. Relax. rolling onto your back. Bring both knees up, over to the right. Take that back leg, for me it's the left leg, the top leg. Cross it over and hook the heel underneath that lower knee. You can move the legs to a new position if that feels like it's going to help you. Sink down and release. Recline spinal twist, very healing pose, especially if you breathe deep and slow. Beautiful. Unhook that heel, come onto your back. Put those feet close to the floor, close to your hips on the floor. Bring the hands down next to your hips and just tilt the pelvis. Push the lower back down into the floor. Squeeze the belly in, squeeze the hips in. Push that lower back flat against the floor. Try to keep the pressure that's building in your lower abs and hips out of your chest and shoulders. Release your shoulders. Breathe. Push the lower back down into the floor. Squeeze the belly in. Build some strength in your lower abs and hips. Push this, say, bottom 5 or 6 vertebrae down into the floor. Flat. No arch. Squeeze the belly in. Keep breathing. Keep trying to release and relax your shoulders at the same time. Awesome. Release, relax. And come back up to seated. I'm going to switch the music around to something with a little rhythm so we can do some vigorous, medium vigorous exercise. So now we're going to listen to modern yoga music. And let's get up on our hands and knees. Make yourself into a table shape. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and fingers spread wide. Press those fingertips into the yoga mat to protect your wrist a little bit. We arch it up, drop the head and tailbone. Sway it down, lift the head and tailbone. Arch it up, drop the head and tailbone, that's your cat. Drop the tailbone, drop the middle of the back down, lift the tailbone. And be sure you're pressing your hands into the floor. Is that too loud? We're undulating back and forth. Cat and cow. Breathe with your movement. Coming back to a flat back. Lift one arm and one leg, opposite arm and leg. Right arm, left leg, parallel to the floor. Hold and breathe. Drop it down, change sides. Left arm, right leg, parallel to the floor. Hold and breathe. Down. Reestablish your strong table. And we're just going to look around the left shoulder for the left hip. Stick that hip out. If you don't see it, it's okay. Squeeze your waist in on that left side. Expand on the right side. Bend your right elbow. And then switch sides. Look around your right shoulder for your right hip. Stick the hip out. If you don't see it, it's okay. Bend your left elbow. Back and forth. You look around the shoulder to try and see your hip. Bend your opposite elbow. Drop that opposite shoulder down a little bit. And just keep breathing and moving. Awesome. Keep going. Breathe and move. Coming back to the center. Drop your head, drop your tailbone, come into that cat pose. And drop your hips all the way back to your heels, forehead to the floor, in front of your knees. Walk your hands a step forward to stretch the shoulders away from the body. Rising back up, come back to table. Reestablish shoulders over wrists, fingers spread wide. We're going to thread the needle. Bring the right hand behind the left wrist and push it all the way through, bringing the shoulder down and bringing the side of the face down. Lift your left arm, the upper arm, up into the air. Bring it down, touch the floor. Lift it up as high as it'll go. Breathe in. Exhale, bring it down. Lift it up. And down. And up. Any speed is perfect, folks. Whatever feels great. And if you don't like this pose, then come out of it or modify it. Make it yours. Inhale, exhale. And hands to the floor. Let's try the other side. Thread the needle through, bring the shoulder down, lift the top arm up, drop it, and lift it. Breathe in and out. Come back up to table. Cat and cow a little bit. And let's get ready for our first downward dog of the day. Strong hands. Turn your toes under. Straighten those knees, lift them up. Reestablish where you like your feet for the downward dog. We want to lower the heels if we can. If not, it's okay. Drop your head. Lift your tailbone. And then begin to walk the dog. Lift one heel at a time. Let the hips move left and right. Perfect downward dog. Drop both heels, lift the tailbone up and push it back. Push with your hands against the yoga mat. Drop your head. All right, come back down to your knees and immediately come to your pose of a child. This time you can bring your hands back by your feet if you like. Slowly come back to table. Take one step forward with your hands and then bring your right knee all the way up between your thumbs. Walk that foot out to the side and slide the back leg back. This is your pigeon pose. Hands are on the floor on either side of that front knee. Push your hands into the floor. Push your chest forward. Squeeze your shoulders back. Proud pigeon. Puffs out his chest, lifts his head. Looks left and right. Beautiful. Let's come back to seated. Spread out into a straddle. Reach the arms up. Pull some apples out of the tree. Reach and reach, reach and reach. Keep breathing. All right, flip the arms out over your legs and reach horizontal. Reach over your toes, one way then the other. Of course, keep breathing and smiling. Coming back to the center, lift the arms up, breathe in. Keep elevated through your chest, through your spine, through the top of your head. Bring the hands all the way down to your heart. Bow your head, lifting up at the top of the back of the head. Drop your shoulders. Okay, give it a try. Rock back on your hips. Bend we're going to try and do pigeon in the other direction. So bend the opposite knee that you had bent in your original pigeon and turn the whole body over. Start to walk that back leg all the way back. And then hands to the floor. Puff that chest out. Beautiful proud pigeon. Lift your head. Look left and right. Left and right. Breathe. All right, we're going to come back into table. Arch up. Reestablish your hands underneath your shoulders. Cat and cow, arch and sway. Let's do another downward dog. Turn your toes under. Strong hands on the floor. We're going to stop at the hovering table point. So your knees are going to come 1 inch off the floor and hold for 2 breaths, and then we'll go into our downward dog. So pick those knees up and hover. Hovering table. And elevate the knees, drop the head. Reestablish your feet where you like them. Press the chest towards the thighs. Drop the head. Bring your feet together so the big toes are touching. All the weight on your right foot. Lift your left leg up. Drop it down, touch the floor, and lift. Down and up. Inhale, exhale. Move with your breath. Let's bring that leg down and change feet. Other leg bends and lifts and drops. Up and down. Breathe in and out. Keep moving. Bring it down. Walk your feet a little closer to your hands. Walk your hands a little closer to your feet. Turn your hands palm up. Or if they're just hanging, just let them hang. Begin to move your hips like a figure 8. Change direction, go the other way, around your infinity symbol. One hand to the floor in front of your feet, like a triangle between your feet and one hand. Sweep the other hand up into the air. Look at the direction it went. Move that arm in a big circle. Draw a circle on the ceiling with your fingertips. Change direction, go the other way. Bring it down. Change hands. Other hand, reach up, look in the direction it went. Draw a circle on the ceiling. Go the other way. And bring that hand down. Just hang in a rag doll. Slowly begin to bend your knees and lower your hips. And then you can put your hands on your knees and push against your knees, bringing the body upright. arms out to the side and up. Drop one hip. Drop one hip. Put all your weight on your other hip and stretch. Stretch the other way. Stretch. And stretch. Reach with the arms. Allow yourself to sink into that hip. Reach with the arms on the other side. Sink into that hip. And just notice if you have a good side and a bad side. Most of us do. Bring it up. Reach the arms back and look up at the ceiling. Slowly lower the hands down. Sweep them right past your little toes on the floor. Move forward and up. Breathe in. Take them back. Sweep them down wide behind the body, all the way down. Past the little toes on the floor and back up in front. 3 more times like that. And big breathing. Nice. Take a wide stance. Reach your right hand up. Look up and stretch. Drop it down. Other hand up. Reach. Look up and stretch. Bring it down. Hands on hips or waist. Push the hips left and right, bend one knee and then the other. All right. Push it forward and back. Push the hips forward and shoulders back. Shoulders forward, hips back. You can bend your knees if you want. Turn the body to the left. Find yourself in a nice lunge. Circle those arms back like you're doing a backstroke in the pool. And both arms back. Out. Up. And forward. Down. Back. Out and up. Up all the way. And forward. Turn around the other way. Backstroke those arms. Let's go forward. Reach both hands up and forward and down and back. Go wide. Lift it up back there and up, forward, down, and back and wide, all the way around. Nice. Stand tall in your mountain pose. Make sure those feet are right under your hips. Toes pointed forward. Tuck your tailbone under and lift your sternum. Roll the shoulders back. Let the arms hang. Top of the head reaching up. Close the eyes. Feel the connection in your feet to the earth. Feel the connection at the top of your head towards the sky. Right, we're just going to shift the weight on our hips and begin to stroke up the sides of the hips with the hands as if the heel of your hand is reaching up for your armpit. Lift the elbow. And we're going to do a little circle. Keep moving like that, stroking the sides of your torso from hips up towards your armpit, shifting the weight on your hips, on your legs. Taking little steps, turn it around. Let's go the other way. Keep breathing. Hands on hips, Big circle with the hips. Let the knees be soft. Change direction, go the other way. Stand tall. Magic hands, lift. Palm down. Sink. Palms up, lift. Palms down, push down. This time you're going to magically lift one knee up with the hands. Push it down. Lift that other knee. Push it down. If you feel wobbly, you can go faster. If you feel strong and steady, you can go slower. And if you feel really unsteady, you may take a step back. Keep it moving. Beautiful. Let's kick and flick. Get rid of any excess stress in the body. Kick and flick those fingers. Kick that foot. Kick and flick. Keep breathing. Stand tall in mountain. Arms out to the side and up. Reach up, breathe in. Find your prayer. Look to your heart. And let's come back down to seated for our last few minutes together. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being with me for this full hour of yoga. We did some great stretches and breathing, some great postures and poses. I'm very impressed that so many of you are here today. I'm very, very grateful. As you know, I get so much love and support from each and every one of you. So this is a super big blessing to me, and I'm really grateful. And today is actually Ascension Day. It's a holiday here in St. Martin. So I'm going to be driving around the island and looking at everything and taking some videos. And maybe I'll ascend up to the top of the hill at Oyster Pond. That's one of my favorite places on the island. Beautiful view of the ocean, looking towards St. Bart's and Saba. So I'll be thinking of you, and maybe you'll be thinking of me, especially you, Jane, because I know you also love the island so much. Take care, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Once again, I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Namaste.